Q, did you turn down any role or the lead role in Poetic Justice?
Yeah, I turned down the Tupac role in Poetic Justice.
Damn, and that was John Singleton.
Yeah, it was my man John.
So, how did that come about? Did John hit you up to play that part?
Yeah, he hit me up. You know, he was gonna get me paid too. He was like, "Man, I got you the part in the payday," but he never let me see the script. So I'm like, "Okay, let me see it." So when I read it, I only had one problem with it, and he didn't want to change it, and so I didn't want to do it.
Can you tell us the problem, or is that something?
The problem was I didn't think me playing Tupac that I would kick my homeboy out the car for a girl I just met when we got to Oakland. I didn't think that was cool.
It's acting.
What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee on the vid. Thanks for tuning in. You guys heard what Ice Cube said there. He was originally offered the role of Lucky in Poetic Justice by John Singleton, but he shot it down based on that one scene. He actually went on to say, there's way more to the interview. I urge y'all to go check it out in full length. But he went on to say that made Tupac's character Lucky look like a sucker, in his opinion. And this should make for an interesting debate, discussion, in the comments. So make sure y'all tap in. I mean, I remember when I first saw the movie, that whole scene, the way it all went, just kind of came as a shock out of nowhere. They're driving. Tupac and Janet's character kind of were not getting along. Pac act like Lucky, the character Pac played, actually first left Janet on the side of the road. He was gonna leave her behind. You know what I'm saying? They weren't getting along at all. But then later on, Torry's character ends up getting in an argument, and y'all know what happened. He ended up hitting a female, and like Pac's original, or Lucky, I keep saying, y'all know what I'm saying. The character Pac played originally was like, yo, that's their business. I'm staying out of that. But then things got a little more heated, and Janet Jackson ended up kicking dude in the nuts, Torry. And then when he kind of turned around to get at her, it all kind of spiraled out of control from there. Tupac socked him out. It was a bad fight scene. Like, I'm just saying, as far as for movies go, like, that fight didn't look authentic at all. I don't know. Like, hit the comments, let me know if you guys agree or not. It's definitely an older movie. John Singleton, definitely, R.I.P. to John Singleton, made amazing films. Great director, but it's from a different era, so maybe it's just kind of looking back on that. I forget how far movies have came or whatever, but what are your thoughts, as far as morality and everything? If that was you, would you have done the same thing? Would you left your friend behind? Would you have just broke up the fight and told him that he was tripping? Get in the comments, But Q said he could have never been him, and he was not willing to play a character that would do his friend like that. When it came to a female that he had just met, right or wrong, that's not how he gets down, and he doesn't want to be portrayed on film as someone who does so. So share your thoughts on that. But aside from just what we're talking about with Poetic Justice and, that character Lucky and everything, I always find it interesting when an actor, there's word of an actor turning down a certain role because of something that happens in a film. In this case, it was just over one scene. But there's been certain movies where actors played like just the role of a villain or a fucked up individual, and they later regret it. There's movies that I've seen where, it was some kind of wicked individual and like that an actor portrayed. Like, I'm not talking about anything to do with Poetic Justice, just in general with other actors. And then when I see them in other films, it's like I can't see them outside of that character. Like, yo, that fucked up their whole career, and in a sense. Or like, I'm just speaking on my behalf, but I'm sure other people sometimes can only see or kind of can't let certain things like that, escape their mind. You feel me? But yeah, that's a super throwback. Share your thoughts on Poetic Justice. in general, where do you rate that compared to the, out of all the movies Tupac was in? Whenever Pac's films always comes up, I always talk about Bullet, how that's like the one Tupac movie a lot of people have not seen. Him and Mickey Rourke killed that, you know what I mean? And became good friends on top of it. But how about Joe Torry, Chicago, the guy that played Chicago in Poetic Justice, that got left on the side of the road? He's like, yo, don't do me like that, come on. That had to suck. I mean, he shouldn't have did what he did, but I'm still saying that had to have been horrible, being stranded out there. They were on like a mountain cliff type road or something in the middle of nowhere. But I mean, I seen him on like, what was that, Comic View or whatever that was on BET. Like, his career just didn't really blossom like that. But a good movie that he was in, I don't know if he was in both of them, but Motives and Motives 2. Vivica Fox was in it. I can't remember that. What's that dude's name? Brian Michael White or something like that. He is in it. Shamar Moore was in the first one. Like, really good films. I think Joe Torry was only in like the second one. But hit the comments. Let me know if you guys seen those Motives movies. Like, a lot of people probably think that they're just low budget films. But like, the storyline to that, setting people up and the conspiracy and everything, like that ish was crazy. So let me know what y'all think about all that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.